reviewing a notebook I wrote, the Chess Grandmaster's Journal, guided by Gemini AI. So this is for the Gemini Long Context competition on Kaggle. So this is a Grandmaster's Journal, so your ultimate companion for tracking progress from your very first chess game to achieving the coveted GM. So this is a journal which leverages Gemini's long context window capabilities via the Gemini Flash 1.5 API. Can track and log your progress seamlessly. And so whether you're analyzing games or strategizing your next move, this tool is designed to support you every step of the way. So let the journey begin to Grandmaster. And so the way this works is there's setup code that is code that will help log all the journal entries and all your conversations with Gemini. So here, journal entry, our first day, we just want to learn the rules of chess. So just asking, what are the rules of chess? And so, I've written code to display a really nice chat interface here. So we ask it, today is day one, we want to learn the rules of chess. And Gemini responds, gives a great response for how the board is set up, the piece movements, and even important concepts. And this chat can continue as long as you want. And whenever you end it, the chat ends and those notes get logged for that day, which you can reference later. Day two here, we ask about opening concepts. And again, it does a great job of telling us the goals of the opening, common opening principles, and even gives some examples. And this, if you are new to chess and you want to learn more about one of these openings, you can continue. But here I've just ended it for now. And this gets logged in as day two. And all this gets stored in the long context, so you can always go back to what you learned previous days. Day three, we want to learn standard algebraic notation. So we ask it to, we have a chess tournament coming up, so we need to learn how to write the moves. And that's, in chess, we use standard algebraic notation to do that. And so it does a really great job here of explaining standard algebraic notation and how captures are written, how to castle, and even gives some examples, e4, knight f3, bishop takes on g7. And that's the end for day three. And so now we have 3 days logged in our journal entry here. And day four, you're going to play your first game. So this is a different model. This is a custom fine-tuned model. One of Google's Gemma 2 billion parameter models, which I fine-tuned to be able to play chess. And so this is just code for the interface, but you can start a match. So day four, we're playing our first match, and I played the move e4 here as white. Gemma responds with e5. And this also gets logged. So as you're playing the game, you could interface with the Gemini chat in your journal entries. And this is really, really useful for improving in chess to go back and review your games. And so Gemini here, after we ended the game, reviewed it, moves played, e4, e5, this is the king's pawn opening, and gives us some insight into how to play this opening and how to better improve our game. So the real key here is Gemini's long context. We're able to log many, many days, as much notes as we really want, and all our chess moves from different games as well. And then here I've loaded an open source book, Chess Strategy by Edward Lasker. And so we load in the entire thing as text. And so this is over 500,000 characters, over 85,000 words. And so this would not be possible if it weren't for this Gemini long context, which can you can feed in these really, really long prompts. And so I'm not going to show the entire text of the book here, but yeah, once you input the book, you can ask Gemini for a summary. And so here does a good job of summarizing the main points of the book. You can also go back and ask about more details of the book. And then finally, as a stress test for this long context window, we can do a review here. So there's a journal entry, day 6, and I just want a 1-sentence summary of the past days. And it does a great job here. It doesn't lose track of anything. It knows we played E4, E5 on day 4, and it knows we read this book on day 5. Everything's really accurate, even though it's using this really, really long prompt. And so that's it. So hopefully, by 10 years or so, you have this journal and it's logged with everything you learned, and you've achieved Grandmaster status. Thank you.